Hi, this is Abby, and this video is about Moon in Capricorn. So, the Moon in the chart represents the emotional body and the instincts. It also represents your mother or maternal nurturing parent when you were growing up as a young child. So, this is how you emotionally react before your conscious mind can come into play. It's sort of your unconscious sort of instincts in the world. So, if you have Moon in Capricorn, this is traditionally considered a poor placement for the Moon, just because the Moon is in its dignity, or its natural home in Capricorn's opposite sign of Cancer. So in Capricorn, it's considered in its detriment. It's just traditional astrological speak, and a planet in its detriment simply means that it has a harder time expressing itself as it's naturally supposed to. So if you have Moon in Capricorn, the Moon is supposed to express emotions. So if you have it in Capricorn, you have a hard time expressing your emotions. You actually keep your emotions like almost cut off. So it kind of makes sense as to why it would be considered a poor placement. But I don't think there are any poor placements. There's nothing bad. There are things that come naturally to you and easily in your chart, and there's things that you have challenges with. But I mean, Moon in Capricorn has really good qualities about it. My sister has Moon in Capricorn, and she has no problems in her career. So that's one good thing about Capricorn, and she's a really hard worker. So these are all qualities of Moon in Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn Moon, you saw your mother or maternal figure as someone who is very practical, resourceful, someone who would basically just, if something needed to be done, she would do what it took to get it done. Not afraid of work. She was probably had a great business sense. She might have been sort of that head of the family. Like maybe your dad was more of an artist type, or he just wasn't CEO of a company. He was more of a free spirit, maybe. I don't know. Whatever your dad was, your mom was the one that kind of wore the pants, because she was the one who you interpreted as top dog and the one who got things done, paid the bills maybe, or found a way for the bills to get paid. And maybe she was a professional, and she went to work every day in a pantsuit. It doesn't have to be like that, but she could have actually been that way. If from a maternal sort of point of view, your mom might not have been the most nurturing. Nurturing. I don't want to say that, but she might not have shown you emotional comfort and warmth too easily. She might have shown it in other ways, giving you stuff, the type of mom to be I'm giving you this $100 bond for your 6th birthday, because when you get to college age, it's gonna mature. It's thanks, Mom. It's a good gift, but and also thinking ahead for you and thinking of the future. And Capricorn's all about money, because it's money makes the world go around. So you might have seen your mom kind of like that, and you sort of learned from that it's important to control your emotions. There's a time and place for everything, and it's important to put them into perspective, which is actually a really good thing. So that's why Moon in Capricorn kind of gets a bad rap, but it can be really useful, because you learn from an early age that emotions are to be controlled. They are to be socially appropriate. So if you have a pet die, you're not the type to at work be sobbing at your cubicle. You're just not that type. That is not an appropriate situation to have a breakdown over your pet dying. Inside, you're going to be feeling it very strongly, because Capricorn is an earth sign, and I just feel like they feel emotions very strongly. And I know Capricorn moons that will, like, in the privacy of their own home with family or close friends, will have, like, full out emotional release. Like, they will be like, whoo, like crying, like, angry, whatever they feel, they will let it out. But they would never do that in a social situation where it's not appropriate. Whereas, like, if you have, like, a Leo moon, or just a moon with, like, like, more, like, instant emotions, like, you might not care or even know when it's socially appropriate. So Capricorn moon has that going for it. It's also very hardworking, and Capricorn moon is about emotional comfort through social. I'm going to say, like, social climbing, but social status. It's very aware of social status and the importance of it in the world. So Capricorn moon likes things that gets comfort from, like, like, if you give a Capricorn moon, like, a Fendi bag, it's going to be like, oh, that's so sweet. If you give, like, brand names to a Capricorn moon, they're really going to respect that. That's, like, a good gift. Like, they like nice things. It doesn't have to be flashy. They just want quality things, and they like the best. And they're usually, they look good, like, they look socially appropriate. They dress for the occasion. They know their place in society or in their job or wherever. They're not afraid of being, like, at the bottom and working to get to the top. That actually gives them emotional comfort. So if you have moon in Capricorn, you gain emotional comfort by going step by step up a ladder wherever you are, and, like, slowly but surely, incrementally making progress. Like, you're constantly climbing the mountain. Capricorn's represented by the goat, so the goat is constantly climbing the mountain, like the mountain goat, and it eats what it needs to on the way. So, like, you're not afraid to have to do things that you might not want to. Like, if you're broke, you'll eat mac and cheese every night. That's fine, as long as you can pay the bills and do what you need to do. Capricorn moon can, when it gets emotionally discomforted, sort of start, like any moon sign, but what Capricorn moon will do is it will, like, maybe start to get a little bit, like, using people, like, sort of stepping on people, because it gets emotionally shut off in that sort of serious, like, climb to the top. It gets disconnected, or you might, like, start pouring your emotional comfort into things like how much, like, name brand clothing you have, or just, like, things that are solely status that the outside world can see that aren't really giving you fulfillment. So those are things to watch out for if you have a Capricorn moon. If you're a man and you have Capricorn moon, you're probably very good with business, serious. You're that type A person. Like, you don't have any problem, like, with emotions, which is great for a man in our society. But you look for a woman who's practical, emotionally, she can control herself, concerned with status, aware of the social importance of, your placement in society. Just someone who's, like, really socially appropriate. Maybe a businesswoman herself. And if you are a woman with moon in Capricorn, you just have that ability to do that. It's just basically, like, you might come across as not having emotions sometimes. Like, you just have a great ability to, like, emotionally appropriate, like, socially, emotionally appropriate. So that's the really good thing about Capricorn moon, and I can totally respect that. I don't really have any emotional appropriateness, so must be great. Okay, so that's Capricorn moon, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. Thanks for watching.